Hey there guys, it's Kagetak coming at you, and today I just wanted to kind of go over my thoughts on the 110 and the 50-50, seeing as how I've pulled on both of these banners. The 110 maybe not as much, and gone to full awakening max weapon on both Cord and Futaba, and didn't go fully all the way on Joker, essentially. But I mean, I wanted to start this by doing like a value analysis or what I spent. On Joker, it's a little bit harder because it was towards the start of the game, and there were some packs kind of commingled in there. For Joker, even though I didn't finish out the weapon, I spent about, I want to say like 725 on him to get him to where he is in terms of everything, which was max awakened, and the weapon is 3 short? I believe 3 short. Yeah, three short of being where it needs to be. So, like 725 on him. Futaba I definitely spent 950 on doing the 110. And the 50-50 on Cord, that was like, 1125. It was up there for Cord. I paid a heavy price to get Cord to where, she was. And on that video, I did a bunch of polls, and then I did what the whales like to call the off-screen rage pull. Yeah, so there's that. And here's the thing. I know the 110 statistically is like slightly better, but man, psychologically, that banner on that video, now that it's kind of been out for a while, if it wasn't for my turnaround, I would have ended up spending a lot more money. And we can go through here, and we're going to take a look at that, because even my friend Yuri was like, man, Kage, you got like technically 3 in a 10 pull, essentially, with how quick things happened. But it took a while to get there. So that was the last one we did, and then we can go back here, and we can take a look and see where fortune really turned around for us. Because, I mean, I was at a point, yeah, 3 of these. I got 2, and then I did another pull instantly. Because I was several hundred pulls in. I went to like 107, maybe 110 or 108. And it was like 17 minutes into that video. And I was just, if it wasn't for the Plague Doctor mask and everything, you would have saw like absolute fear and dread on my face. Because it was like, do I switch to the other banner? Am I gonna have to spend more money here to get this to where I need to? Like, it was not good. Now, for the 50-50, I've never had that type of feeling. But then again, as I've mentioned, I've had to spend a little bit more money to get Cord done. So, but then I spent kind of less money to get Joker done. So, I mean, it all kind of, it averages out at the end of the day. But I think psychologically, the hits on the 50-50 feel a lot better. Even when you lose, I mean, it's hard to lose consecutively to where it feels like, man, you're really in the gutter. But you can, if we go both case scenarios here, worst case scenario here, it's 77-10 pulls. Worst case scenario on the 50-50, you're looking at 117 10 pulls, 116 10 pulls, somewhere in that vicinity, assuming no soft pity, assuming, so there are some safety rails in place to kind of minimize the damage. Of course, luck plays a factor into it. I mean, I went 17 minutes, and it was to a point where I was like, man, do I need to put another 250 in here? Should I change up the banner? I mean, it didn't help that my buddy Shadow's like over here like telling me about his best luck and his best life on the 50-50. Hate you, Shadow. Or I had another friend text me like, Is everything okay? Maybe we should just take a break for a minute. Of course, I didn't see it till after, and I had already gotten, the good hits in. But psychologically, it just, that type of bad luck back to back can really wear you down. And that's, I know there's the math factor and everything, but the human element to where you got to really steel yourself to be able to just keep going. And it's not, a gambler's mentality is not a good thing, because, I've seen people at the casinos and they keep hitting, they keep playing, and eventually they're up and they don't know when to walk away. Here, it's different because we're playing towards an objective. We're playing to get the character max awakened, get the weapon done, and then we're set. So, I mean, for people playing at a table, maybe there is no objective. Maybe it's, just play and assume you're going to hit it big, or try to get to a dollar amount that you never achieve, and then it's, game over. You're down. You're down hard. But yeah, I mean, overall, with Joker being a little bit less, Cord being a little bit more, and Futaba kind of being in the middle, it really does seem like it averages itself out. The other thing, though, is, well, people are like, well, you get more 5 stars and, doing it the one way. And that's great and all, but when you get to, like, my tier, in terms of 5 stars on the standard, what I need left right now, I just need one character with one awakening, because Anne's done. Rin, Haruna, both done. Morgana, done. It's just Ryuji. Ryuji needs one awakening, and we're set there. So, I mean, in terms of just, like, 5 stars, they really should do something with that banner, to be honest. They really need to, like, tweak that. This whole 6-month jail thing, as, like, a spender, I have nothing to spend for on the standard, and I have nothing to hope for in the EX pool, because it's all outside of one character now. There's no, like, wow, I'm kind of glad I got a copy of that, or wow, I'm kind of glad, even though I waited to pull on this character, I can maybe get a copy or 2 here now. And a month and a half from now, Minami's going to be, I guess, part of these pools, but that's a month and a half from now, and we still got a bunch of banners to go until we get there. We've got at least, 2 more, Haruna and Cherish, and of course I'm going to pull on both of those, so, my likelihood that I get Ryuji and get that done is decent. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the 110 is better on paper. But if you're going for a max awakening, though, you gotta mentally prepare yourself. Because again, I want to say like 15 or 17 minutes with nothing, just straight pulls, pity, just completely just decimated myself into the ground, and then I got that 3-flop hit, back to back to back. Well, granted, one of those was guaranteed, the other 2 weren't, but yeah, no, I'm kind of curious on how you guys feel about all this. What are like some of your better and your worst encounters with the pull system in this game, with the 110 or with the 50-50? Were there times where you felt like, you should have went to the other type of pull to get what you wanted? Or was there times where it was just like, the system rewarded you and that was that? Because, I mean, for me, the best time the 50-50 worked for me was the summer pulls for whatever reason. It almost felt like the summer pulls were better rated, even though, I mean, I can't prove that, but I got the unit I wanted. I got, a weapon here and there. And I got out pretty painlessly. Like, both Summer Motoha and Summer Tomoko were pretty easy. Heck, I even got an extra copy of the weapon for Motoha. Did I get an extra copy of the weapon for Tomoko? I don't even know. Yeah, I did. I had such good luck that I got, an extra copy of each of their weapons. And don't remember spending a lot on those. If anything, I bought the standard packs, and I got the A1 and I got the R1 on each of those. So maybe like 200 something a pop, which I know for most people that's still an insane amount of money, and they're going to be like, Kagi, you're crazy. Yes. Yes, I am crazy. 100%. But I don't know. I think, again, psychologically, it was pretty heavy, and if I wasn't wearing a mask, you would have saw absolute dread and fear on my face as we were getting deeper into that video, because I was like processing this in my head. I'm like, man, I really don't want to have to spend more money. I was hoping, I can get away with this for this amount, just get this done, because the last thing I wanted to do for that pull video was to have to stop mid-video and top up to go again. Because I didn't want to interrupt the flow of things. I knew that video was going to be long to begin with. And thankfully, it all worked out. There was some luck in my favor, and that's an element that you can never really predict. Luck, comes and goes. Where it stops, who the fuck knows? But anyway, with that being said, I'm really curious about your stories, and if there's anything that's coming up soon that you're going to be pulling on. I mean, I know I pull on everything. We're going to do a Cherish pull video. It's going to happen, and a horror pull video, and so on. But if there's anything you're looking forward to, let me know. And, what's your thoughts on this whole pull system? Is there something that, you'd like to see implemented, like maybe more units in the standard pool? Like, because, I mean, hell, I know Sega said before they're trying to honor their spenders, and I feel disrespected at this point, to be honest. But anyway, with that being said, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.